I'm taking on a new role with the Sharks, and it's going to be the marketing and commercial manager for the Sharks, which is, a great role for me. I'm very excited about it. I've moved over to the Sharks now. They asked me to come over and work in the front office, so I couldn't be more happy about the position. It's a role that's kind of tailor suited to myself, and I'm really looking forward to just taking on the role and really getting in there and getting more people involved with the Sharks, more businesses, creating better partnerships with the Sharks. And then really, getting the Sharks out there on social media and the website and through all sorts of marketing.
I can ask how the role came about then? I know you said you were with like the law firms and whatnot, and how did Sharks get involved?
Well, there's been whispers of me moving into this role, over the years. I got a marketing degree when I was at university, and I've been at the Sharks for so long now that they've been great with me in terms of like developing me and getting me an internship at another company, and so they've been quiet, secretly kind of developing me into this role, and then it just kind of came about this summer after the season. I sat down, I had a meeting with two of the directors from the team, and they put it on a platter for me, and I took it up.
So obviously then that going forward in your role, playing basketball, after basketball, is this going to become a full-time thing then?
I would love it to become a full-time thing after basketball. I've got a couple of guys in the city that I kind of look up to as mentor-type figures, and one would be, Mike O'Connor for the Sheffield Steelers, and he's a former hockey player that, kind of ended up in this type of a role, and now he's made it a full-time role. And then the other being Paul Reeves, who's, the commercial director at Sheffield United, and he's he was a footballer and then kind of got into the business world and fell into this role. So, for me, it's obviously a natural progression. I've always wanted to work in marketing or in business. So, doing sports marketing is like a perfect role for me.
Talk to me about your own role then in the Sheffield Sharks and playing basketball. How long have you been here, and what have you achieved here?
I've been here since 2009, so I'm heading into my 9th season with the Sharks. Initially, when I came here, I thought it was just going to be a one and done. Usually in professional basketball, it's 1-year contracts, and then you kind of move on and look for a new one. But, they just kept asking me back, and they kept making it easier for me to say yes. And, all of a sudden, this is going into my 9th year. So it's been great. I've been captain of the team for 5 years now. The Sharks, I have a lot to owe to the Sharks because they've really, developed me, as a person and as a man on and off the court.
Do you miss Toronto?
Big time, yeah. I've had a few conversations this summer. I was actually home in Canada for about 2.5 weeks earlier this summer, and saw a lot of my family and my friends, and just really makes you miss home. But Sheffield's my home too. I've been here for 9 years now. I live with my girlfriend in Mearsbrook, and we love it here. I love it here. I would definitely miss it if I had to leave here. So yeah, Sheffield's home. I'm Yorkshire's adopted son. I always say that, Yorkshire's adopted son.
And what about pre-season then? How's that going for you?
Preseason's going great. Not the whole team isn't here yet. We've got a few of the guys here, but we've been doing a lot of individual workouts, small group workouts with some of the youth players and the guys that are around. I've been getting in the weight room, training with a few personal trainer friends that I have, and I've been doing a lot of running. So I'm really looking to make an impact this summer. I was struggling with an injury last season, and I had surgery on my foot at the beginning of the summer. So I've made a full recovery from that now, and everything feels great. And I'm just, I'm really excited to get back on the court and make an impact on the court. We have some really exciting players coming in. We've basically done a whole rebuild from last season. And we've got some exciting import players coming in. We've got a good mix of youth and veterans, and so we're going to have, I think, intellectually we're going to have a smarter team, and we're still going to be quick. We're still going to be strong. We've got some good guys returning from last year's team, so it'll help build that culture of the Sharks winning mentality culture.